Hey, it's Patrick from J&P Cycles, and today we're going to be putting on a set of Cobra Neighbor Hater mufflers on our 2012 Road King. So basically, this muffler install is going to be really similar for all twin cam baggers. This is a later model twin cam, throttle by wire. Pretty much all twin cam baggers, this muffler install is going to be very similar. And the reason why you'd want to put a set of mufflers on your bike, first of all, most people want to put them on for that Harley sound. The stock bikes are really choked down, quiet as a church mouse. These really give it some bark. Secondly is performance. We have an intake on this bike, so we've increased our airflow in, and now these mufflers are going to be a little more freer flowing and give us a little more power and give us some extra airflow going out. So the first thing we need to do is to take these bags off. We're gonna pop the bags off, and we'll put the right muffler on, and we'll go around and repeat the procedure on the other side. But I do want to say there is a right and a left to these mufflers, and how you can tell is this little dent right here. This little indentation is going to show you which side of the bike. So this one with the dent is going to go on the right side of this bike if you're sitting on it, because what that dent is it's the cutout for the shock bolt. So if you didn't have the dent lined up, you would get a dent from the shock bolt. This one with the dent goes to the inside of the bike, and that's gonna be our right side muffler. Also, don't forget to take out these little plastic caps. They come out of there. You definitely don't wanna leave those in there. So let's get started, pull the bags off, and we'll get our mufflers on. So we got the bags off, now we're gonna need to get these mufflers off. So whether it's a stock muffler or an aftermarket muffler like this one, these things can kind of get seized on here. There's a 9/16 nut underneath here, that's a clamp we gotta loosen up. I like to loosen it up first before I loosen these up. Even with them loose, you kind of have to wrestle these off sometimes, so it may not slide right off. You may have to kind of wiggle it back and forth. When you do wiggle it back and forth though, be careful not to put too much pressure on this head pipe, because as you wiggle this around, you could loosen some stuff up here. So if you have to wiggle this around, just be cognizant, maybe hold on to this right here. I took it all the way off. You just want to make sure it's definitely loose. This one is still not really moving, so I might have to hit that with like a dead blow or something to get it loosened up. Even though I have the nut all the way off the clamp, it's not moving. So we're going to switch from a 9/16 to a 1/2 inch and take these bolts right here off. You want to save the bolt, and you want to save this plate right here. It's not a terrible idea to inspect this little rubber grommet right here on the bottom of the bag hanger. This one's in great shape, most of them are, but if there is a little tear or something, you might want to replace that. We're going to save this plate, we're going to save these 2 bolts. But right now, we got to get this muffler loose. That's really tight on there, so I'm going to get a dead blow hammer and try to knock this clamp toward this muffler and loosen it up. Just kind of want to like move it to open up the end of that muffler a little bit to get it off that head pipe. There we go. That went way better than I thought it was going to go. So get rid of the old muffler, slip the new one on. All right, so Cobra sent some nice new clamps. We're going to slide these on, get them nice and loose so we know we can slide it on the head pipe. Just make sure the way you slide it on so you can reach this with the ratchet when it's up in there. So the clamp's on, we're gonna go ahead and slide this onto the head pipe. You wanna make sure you get it as far on there as you can get it. Now, once that's on there, we can line this bracket up in the back. We can hit our bolts here, a little dab of Loctite. We'll go ahead and throw our bolts back here in the muffler. But we are going to wait to tighten up the clamp up here. And I'll tell you why. We can go ahead and tighten these up because this muffler will still move back and forth through this grommet. We're gonna go ahead and repeat this whole procedure on the other side, but once we get that one to the same place we have this one, we're gonna wanna make sure these muffler tips are aligned over here, because otherwise they can be forward and backward. And once we get them lined up, then we'll come back and we'll tighten the clamp on either side. So we'll go over there, put the other muffler on, tighten the backs up, and so they're even, we'll tighten the clamp back up here. So I'm just looking down the ends of these mufflers to make sure they're even. You could measure off the bag bracket if you wanted to, but what really matters is how it looks to you. So these look good to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up muffler clamps on the front, and then we're gonna wanna wipe these down, wipe all your fingerprints off of them, and then we'll get the bags back on, we'll get them fired up and let you listen to them. So we got our Cobra Neighbor Haters on here. This is a nice 4-inch muffler that bells out to a 4.5 at the back. It's got an 8-inch louvered baffle in it for a good throaty sound. Do not take your baffles out, that is a misnomer. This bike will definitely run better with them in. And as always, I do recommend a fuel injection controller. Anytime you change the airflow in and out of a bike, you need to change that fuel to match. Will definitely help you out. If you guys have any questions, as always, comment in the comment section below. You can call us, you can chat with us. For now, let's hear what these bad boys sound like and fire this thing up.